What's up, friends? Out of the Oregon Inlet in the Outer Banks, and today we are hoping to take what the ocean will give us. It's a time of the year where the yellowfin aren't running too much, and so basically we're trying to hit the mahi, hoping to have maybe some billfish action. Let's say a big old marlin would be great, sailfish, that'd be great, wahoo, that'd be great. So we'll take what we can get. But we're happy to be out here. It's a little bit stormy right now. We think it's going to clear up a little bit. So let's see how we do. All right, Chris, here you go. Hey, good job. So we caught a mahi really quick this morning, but the grass was super scattered, wasn't really much going on, and then we heard that the fleet was catching them about 5 miles north on a weed line. So we've come up with the fleet here, a bunch of other boats came too, and so now we're hoping to find just a little bit of consistency. That'll make Trent's life a lot easier too back there, trying to get the grass off of the lines. And so that's a big problem with, with this type of situation, is keeping the grass off of your bait. It's a struggle, so you got to be on top of it the whole time. And so ideally you find a perfect line that you can just ride alongside. So we haven't found it yet, but we'll see if we find it up here. If we do, there's a pretty good chance we'll catch something if they haven't already been all caught. So it looks like we're gonna try to bail some dolphin. And so, because we're trolling around, but we're not really hitting anything. There's a ton of boats. And so we're gonna try to find a spot where we can chum a little bit. What are we using? A bonita, Trent? We're gonna use a bonita here, just cut it up, and we're gonna try to attract some fish in, and then we're gonna use a simple spinner rod to see if we can get them in the boat. So just change it up a little bit, see if it works. I do not. All right, now they're coming with the boat. They're coming with the boat. They're coming with that one. You're eating that one bait on the right. All right, there you go. Got it. All right. Flip it back here, Diggs. Flip it back here. They're right behind the boat. All right, now you can't jerk. Just let them take it. Don't. There you go. One gets ate you, Trent. There you go. They're after it. There you go. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah. Go. We got them all around us now, boys. Flip it over there, Diggs. Come on, Lucas, get you one now. Diggs got him. There you go, Diggs. Yeah. Yes, now's the time. Yes, yes. Right underneath of you, Trent. Right underneath of you. Got you. Nice cast. That was it. That one's gonna get hooked up. I got a feel. Let him get it. Let him get it. There we go. There you go. Look at that big rod. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh. There you go, Steve. There you go. Woo. Bring in the boat, Dick. Come on now. You can just take the line. Yeah, just take the line. There you go. Nice job. Nice job. Still fish back here, boys. Let's get him now. There you go. Doing it right. Dig. Come on out the water. Come on out the water. Oh, nice one. Nice one. There you go. Pretty right, boys. Y'all are right on them. Right on them. Both ways. Little pop, baby rod. Little pop. Yep. You got him. You got him, man. Hey, flip him on in. Flip him on in. There you go. Nice. Other one. Right there. Good, Jigs. Get him, get him, get him, Jigs. On the good one, too. Nice. Got you, Jigs. Got you. Get him. Yeah, Jigs, bring one. All right, so it took a while. And that's how the ocean works sometimes, but laid down a little bit out here and we found a couple mahi, and we were essentially, trolling with these spinner rods, and as soon as one hits, then what happens is it attracts the others, right? And so then you just get that frenzy effect. Mahi, not the smartest animal in the world, and so when their friend gets hooked up, they want to go with their friend. So as you've been seeing, at that point, once you get a couple, then you don't troll anymore, you just toss it out to them. You put a little bait on it, and just really simple how this is. You can see how basic it is. And we've been using a bonita on there as well, add a little bit of stinky flavor to it. And then it's on, and so having a good time. Happy to have some fish tacos tonight, and just, changes the whole day. That's how fishing works. We went from a really slow day to having an incredibly fun 20 minutes. Bailing dolphin is something that most people have never done before, and I hadn't done it until this year, and so it's just a real treat to be able to do it out here in the ocean. So it's a good time. We're having a great time. We probably got like 15 to 20 in the boat. Would you say, Trent? 15 to 20? Yeah. And the limit is 10 per person. Is that right? Yes, correct. So 10 per person. Nothing massive, but plenty of meat. Plenty of meat and a lot of fun. All right, Professor. So, mahi, mahi.
Yes, sir.
So, someone wants to catch a mahi, and obviously we had a good trip today. A little slow, but when we found them, we really hit them. So, in terms of actually finding the mahi, tips, what would you suggest?
You gotta look for like a change or a grass line or a piece of what we call float, which is any piece of debris floating on the water. And they like to congregate around that stuff. They like cover.
They like buckets.
Oh yeah, love a bucket.
Love a bucket. You had the other day, y'all limited out, and it was a long rope that was in the water, correct?
Just a mooring line that looked like it had fallen off of a tugboat or a ship or something. You know what I mean? It was just all laid out and curled up on top of the water. Luckily, it was a floating piece of rope, but it was like wildlife kingdom underneath of it.
So much like, let's think for cobia, seems like elevation matters with mahi. Talk about that.
For sure. I mean, the higher up you are, the better you can see those things that I just mentioned. And the further away you can see those things. And also, when you go by them, you can see if those things are holding dolphin.
Right.
And I can pretty much tell you whether we're going to get a bite when we go by a piece of debris or grass line or not.
It's crazy how 5 feet of elevation can literally mean seeing a fish versus not seeing the fish.
Yeah, because you were standing on the gunwale today and you could see them, and the people standing in the cockpit could not see them.
Could not see them, and it, not just like for me, I'm still so new to this, and just interesting, with that.
Yeah.
So the whole concept with the mahi is catch one, keep it, let the others come. Would you say that's the accurate, easiest way?
Yeah, that is the accurate. And then sometimes you just get on them and you got to get them going with some chum, and they'll stay around the boat. Like I say, they're not boat shy at all. And ideally, you want to try to keep one in the water while you're hooking another one. Take that one out of the water, because the school likes to stay with the fish.
Right.
And if one gets excited, the whole pack of them will get excited. So if one starts chasing a bait, the rest of them are going to be competitive and try to get that bait before that one. So that's why we try to keep one in the water at all times, because it simulates one going after a bait and struggle, and then the other one stay right with it. You know what I mean?
Right. Now, in these grass areas like this, is it typical that they're a smaller class of mahi like we saw today? I mean, we had some that were a little bit bigger than small, let's say, but in terms of someone says, I want to catch a 20, 30, 40, 50 pound mahi, is that rare to find in those floating areas?
It kind of is, but then all of a sudden you'll roll up on a pallet that's floating out there by itself, and there'll be the big gaffer mahis on it. You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of where it is, what water temperature it is, what piece of float it is, and what time of year it is.
Right, right. And just for those that are newer, we bail for dolphin and we gaff, and so they call them gaffer dolphins because
the larger class is
right.
The ones that are too kind of too big to just grab onto the leader and bring them over the side of the boat. So hence you gaff them.
That's right.
Right.
And so they call them gaffer dolphins. And so if you've had a good day, like we got a whole boatload of gaffer dolphins, that's really saying we got a big size, a class of fish.
Yeah. But today we got bailer dolphins.
That's right.
Hence we sat over top of those fish and bailed them in the boat. That just grabbed the leader when we hooked one and brought it right in, didn't even gaff it.
Any other just tips that folks should know in terms of learning how to catch mahi, maybe let's say the type of lures or anything like that you are more inclined towards?
Yeah, I mean, normally what we do is we'll be trolling along with our normal spread, and if I see a weed line, I'll kind of cruise down the edge of it, and a lot of times there'll be scattered grass, and if there's scattered grass, all your lures and your normal trolling spread are going to get all grassed up. You're not
super frustrating.
Yeah, it's frustrating. So most of the time, if it's scattered, we'll pull everything out, and then we'll put our bailer spread out, which is just a 24-inch piece of fluoro, with a 4.5-inch bulb squid in it with a 7/0 J hook. And it has we use all kinds of different weights, but anywhere from a 1/2 to 3/4 ounce weight up inside of the bulb squid. And I'll grab one here, and you can show that. And but then we'll just troll those along the weed line or naked bait, a skipping naked bait.
Yeah. And we hook up with one at that point, and then we leave it, bring it to the boat.
Yeah, I kind of slow down as soon as we hook up with one.
Yeah.
And hopefully the rest of the fish, when you're reeling that one in, will come with that one to the boat.
And that's why you're elevated, because you're looking, you're calling them out, they're coming to the boat.
Right.
At which point, then we can start to, really, essentially almost cast it out wherever the mahi are.
That's right.
At that point.
Yeah. It's pretty cool to do.
It's really cool, and it's really fun, and it was such a fun half hour of fishing to be able to do that. So
they can be really fun to catch, but they also can be very aggravating to catch, because sometimes you can catch them on the troll and they won't bite on the bail, so you just have to troll back and forth or whatever, and they like to chase. They'll hit the bait as long as it's moving, but if you're sitting there over top of them, sometimes they won't eat.
Yeah,
so
funny like a cobia in some ways. In that regard. Yeah, I know it's a different type of fishing, but well, that was cool, Professor, and hopefully now you have a pretty good sense for if you're looking to start catching mahi. Simple way to do it, like the Professor showed us today. It was a really, really great trip. 20 mahi in 30 minutes basically is what it was.
I wanted to get more, but we were late to the show this morning. We ended up getting everybody's scraps, which is fine. We still had a great day. So.
Yeah, great day as always here in the OBX. Of course, we're at Pirates Cove Marina, slip number 92 in Mamio, North Carolina. So make sure you come out, come have a trip with this guy right here in the sun. And I tell you what, this time of year, it's amazing what you can catch. You never know. That amazing blue marlin, sailfish, lots of mahi, yellowfin. You never know what's going to be, wahoo. And so unlimited options here in the OBX. Until next time, everyone, stay salty.